Now we have our correspondent Lucy Huff joining us live from the Belgian capital of Brussels. Lucy, talk to us about the situation in Belgium to begin with. Over 1,000 cases and deaths over there already.
The number of cases in Belgium has been rising steadily. Of course, as is the case elsewhere in Europe. But, we are not as affected as other European countries, as you gave there a fairly comprehensive picture of the situation in France, Italy and Spain, which have been by far the worst affected countries in Europe. Here in Belgium, we're into our third week now of fairly strict lockdown measures. The rate of increase, there are some signs that it's beginning to fall, but the bulk of the cases have been reported in the northern region of Flanders, which is in the north of Belgium. That's where around 70% of the cases have been reported. Tragically, we've had Europe's youngest victim this week, a girl aged just 12 who died in hospital of COVID-19. And what we do have here in Brussels is the coordination of the European response by the EU, and we've had a major programme announced yesterday, 100 billion in loans issued by the EU, which will be guaranteed by individual governments to help them with a job scheme to prevent widespread unemployment across the EU. Spain, we know, is already recording record unemployment, so this is to make it easier for governments to be able to offer money to pay workers some percentage of their salary, as much as 70%, to prevent wide-scale job losses across the bloc.
Lucy, the European Union has been called on for support, in terms of dealing with this crisis unitedly in the European Union. What is the response from the European Union at this stage?
Well, yeah, so we have had this major economic plan announced yesterday, and there will be further support announced when finance ministers meet on Tuesday. But there has been a row here in Europe about the best financial mechanism to resolve this issue. Italy and Spain have been calling for something known as a corona bond, which is a shared debt instrument whereby it would be underwritten by the European Union, but of course this has been exposed. This has been opposed by more frugal countries in the north of the bloc, such as Germany and the Netherlands. Another option on the table is the use of the emergency bailout fund, some 410 billion euros, to put out credit lines to countries badly affected like Italy and Spain. So there has been some criticism, particularly from Italy, that they haven't had enough support, that they've been left to deal with the worst of the epidemic basically on their own without enough supplies of ventilators and specialist equipment. Spain, again, also complaining of not having had enough support from the European Union. So it really is trying to take decisive action this week with this announcement of a major job scheme, which the EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said was a really serious amount of money to tackle this issue of unemployment. There will be further measures to come, but it has been a difficult process with conflicts between key member states.
Lucy Huff, our correspondent, joining us with that live ground report from Brussels in Belgium. Thank you, Lucy, for being with us here on the broadcast.